What a roller coaster day. Up and down, I think 1400 at one point, and finished the day with a very small red day at minus 178. Glad about that. Happy about that, I should say. Yeah, what a day. Hey, fellow traders, it's Black Coffee Trader. It is Friday, the last day of May, and I am glad to see May come to a close. It has definitely been a red month and kind of an up-down month for me, but let's dive into today. I took a lot of trades. I'm not going to go through all of them. Let's look at TradeZella. Actually, you know what? I'm going to look at this, show you this spreadsheet. This kind of shows this week. I only traded 2 days this week. I traded on Tuesday. I was up like $100 per account, and then today I was up 50 on one account and down almost 50 on the other 5. So we ended up with a positive 150 on this one account and a positive 50 on the week on the other account. So not a good week, but certainly not a bad week. Green is better than red for sure, and we're glad about that. So let's look at TradeZella here real quick. Today, 178, 64% win rate. The story today is told right here. Average loser was 100. The average winner was only 52. And that's why we are red today. Did end up with a green week, even though we only traded 2 days. Ended up with a green week, and that's the positive that I'm taking away from the end of this month. So last 3 weeks I really haven't traded that much. Last week we had the bad red day on Thursday. Beyond that, the last 3 weeks have been pretty good. Nothing too outstanding either way, green or red, but that was the story. Again, I took a lot of trades today, way more than I typically take, and let's just dive in. I'll kind of talk through what happened and how today went. And really the big picture today, we had this big move down and we reclaimed that entire move, but we really ended up going right back into this chop. And these chop sessions, these sideways sessions, are just not very good for me to be trading into. When you're trying to find good break and retest trades, it's better on these moves like this, where you have a move going up. So it was very difficult today for me really to find good trades. I mismanaged the best trade of the day. I was in a short position on ES. Let's just go there. I was short on this. I was longing this 200, the daily 200, and this 58.95. That was part of my game plan today, was looking for longs or shorts if this level either holds or rejects. Well, I got a couple of little wins here, and then we got this sell off, and when we bounced off this 58.95 level, I went short out with one contract, and then I started a trail stop, which was a little bit stupid. I got stopped out on the last contract there with a little bit of profit, not worth talking about, and then we had the huge flush to the downside. So I was quite a bit sad that I missed that trade, just because I was trading the P&L and not wanting to give back, which is not very intelligent, but that was what happened, and I missed that one. So that made me pretty sad. But the moral of today, we had a lot of what I need to start calling them indecisive candles, I think, where you have a candle that builds and then, you know, it sells back off, it builds again, and it has this up down all the way. It doesn't like just build and go one direction. And for me on a day like today, it was difficult to hold through some trades, which is just something I need to work on. And then B, I got stopped out break even quite a bit. I had quite a few trades that I was out with 15%. In other words, I'm risking 150. So I'm trying to take $30, which is 15%. I would get the 30 and then I would get stopped out break even. It happened frequently. And like this trade here, we never got to my first profit target, but I did get to break even, or my ATM stop loss went to break even, got stopped out break even, really was avoiding a loss. That happened to some degree. I got caught here. I was a little bit sad that I missed that short, the ES short right here, which is synonymous with this move right here on NQ. And when we retested the 2150s, I started to short this, and most of these were winning trades, but the real moral of why these are separated by $100 here is right here. This, I went short. This is my leader account, this top account. I went short right here, hit my first profit target, $30, 15% of the trade is off, and I got stopped out then. In other words, we didn't get to my, where the ATM kicks into a break-even stop. And so I got stopped out 78. So that's really a $50 loss on that trade. The problem was this was the only one of the funded accounts that it triggered. On the other 5, this move down somehow did not get my first profit target, and I had a full $150 loss. So on this account, that trade was a $50 loss. The rest of them was $150, and that's why there's a $100 difference there. So a little unfortunate there. On this move back up, jumped in long, got one contract, pulled back, and then we jump into ES right here after I did go short. This is right where this NQ move is right here. When this started rejecting, I decided that, okay, we're flipping this low from yesterday. And so I took that short and held onto that trade for a little while, 20 minutes. And we just kind of chopped around. I had a couple opportunities to get out with 40, 50 bucks in profit and just didn't take it. I was looking for a bigger move. I was looking for this to really flush, which really didn't happen. And I did move my stop up. I took a bigger loss than I typically would. I took a $190 loss eventually, but this thing finally didn't go, and we got stopped out there. So a little unfortunate. And at that point, I was down 1,400 or cumulatively down 1,400. I think I was down like roughly, I forget. It was 200 some on some of the accounts, and this one here, I think maybe 150 or 130 or something like that. But anyway, and I was going to walk away. I actually did close down the charts for a little bit. And then when I opened it back up, we had this move back up. We were consolidating, and I took this long. And again, got out there with one contract, break even. I jumped back to ES or to NQ, went in long again as we went above yesterday's low, and did get out of there. That was the best trade of the day. That was about $120 trade. Took several contracts off, and again, this was a mistake. Had I just left my last 2 contracts here at the entry, we would have ended up with a very, very nice move there, but I didn't. I trailed it just because of, again, the indecisive candles today. I was just afraid of it, taking me out, and so I wanted to get some profits and protect that. And ended up with a decent trade, but that could have been a really good trade. But really, after this big loss I had on ES, I did work my way back and got the accounts, close to break even, and had a very, very small loss. So that's really the takeaway and the win for me today is pick my spots. I did take more trades than I like to take, which is something I'm a little bit frustrated with myself today for some of the trades I took. But again, battling back from being down 1,400 to being down 178 is a big win. So we move on. Definitely missed the big move, and so goes. So the other thing to point out, just full transparency here, I did buy some more evals, and I am going to just show you where I'm at with this, and from an accountability perspective, take you along on this journey. So I have 6 funded accounts. I have 6 funded accounts, and so I bought 14 more. I bought 14 more evals with Apex, and I'm going to copy trade those with my funded accounts and trying to get those passed. And obviously today, kind of the same story, down 40 some dollars on most of them, and then some of them I was up a few dollars. So in any case, I'm going to just show you that. I mean, the evals are not what we're after, but from an accountability perspective, I'm just going to take you along as I trade those evals as well, and hopefully I can get to 20 funded Apex accounts. That's my goal and my plan. So also have a couple Tradeify accounts that I bought last week, and I was down a little bit on those 2 accounts. So one of them's up a little, and one of them's down just a little bit. So anyway, just showing you that. And then if you pay attention to the little banner here, you'll see that my expenses have gone up a little bit, which I am trying to avoid creating more expenses until we get some payouts. So it has been a while since I've had a payout, and definitely trying to get back to that point. So again, that's the wrap for today. Very much a choppy day, a difficult trading day for me. For some reason, just the way the price action was today was difficult for me, and frustrating when you only have little wins, and get stopped out, break even quite a bit. But that's the way the ball bounces sometimes. So I'm happy to see May come to a close, and I'm looking forward to seeing what June has, and hopefully we can put together a pretty good strong month. So I'll leave you with that. Oh, I don't want to forget, Apex has another 90% off sale. This is the good one, by the way. This is the one where the accounts are 90% off, and then if you have a recurring billing, the accounts are 80% off. So that's much better than the last one. They're doing this celebration on being over $500 million with a B in payouts, which is pretty awesome. So anyway, just wanted to remind you of that. If you use my code, thank you, code BCT gets you the best deal there with Apex and Take Profit Trader. So appreciate that very much. Thanks for supporting the channel. I do appreciate that. And I will leave you with that. Let's bring June in next week, and we'll be back at it. Hopefully we can have a good, strong month of June. So again, thanks for your support. Take care. Have a great weekend. And until next time, so long.